Welcome, Roberto.
Man, it's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
Honestly, so nice to.
So I started this podcast, right, because I wanted to interview as many successful people who were happy. And when we met in the gym, I thought, this guy, I don't know if you're happy, but you seem to have the same mindset as me, as it's lonely being successful, working hard and being at the top. Do you know what I mean? So instantly I thought, I got on with you and I thought, I need to get this guy on here.
What a great topic to bond over, right?
That's it, man. That's it. Yeah, how miserable we are because we're working so much.
Yeah,
but I definitely think you smile more than I do anyway. So I was like, this guy's mastered something, so I need him on. You know what I mean?
I mean, you know what? That's a great compliment to get. I never even thought about that at all. To be fair, you look like you're always smiling to me. So
well, yeah.
Maybe that's what we bond on.
I don't know. Maybe we put a bit of a facade on just for the public, though.
You see what I show you, right?
This is it. Yeah, I think I've been through a lot of shit in my life, and I'm assuming you have as well because of our first ever conversation. So I was like, almost like we should compare notes, but because we are in the public eye all the time, I suppose we can't be seen as doom and gloom, can we? So it's almost like you've always got pressure on you to be happy all the time.
100%. I think it's not even just about the pressure to show others, to be honest. I think it's the thought that drives you in the morning, right? You wake up, if you're going to be miserable, that dictates your day, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, if you're not excited, how do you expect to do well in what you want to pursue, right?
So what drives you in the morning? Do you know what I mean? So what kind of gets you going first thing in the morning? What gives you the discipline to get 2 gym sessions in a day, then go on a flight to bloody Milan and do some modelling and all this? You know what I mean? What gives you that drive to put a brave face on and crack on?
I think my loved ones, to be honest, the people I respect the most.
Okay.
I think
because you want to do them proud.
100%. I think it's disrespectful to the people that believe in you to be lazy.
Love it.
To be honest, I truly believe that's what drives me the most.
Okay.
Definitely fulfillment, potential. Yeah, I don't know. I think God or whoever, like the creator of this, gave us so much that we can play around with and reach potential. If you waste it, I don't know. We're so blessed to live, to be. We've been given, like, I'm healthy, I can do so much.
Yeah.
So many people don't have this beauty, this blessing, right? So I almost feel it almost feels rude to not do that. Do you know what I mean?
Makes sense.
Make the most out of it. 100%.
So what's going on with you at the moment then? I know you are a very successful model, and you are also. Were you an athlete for a while? Do you do football as well? Okay, and as well as a personal, not a personal trainer, but an online coach, is that right? Are they your 3 sort of branches to the business?
Not quite. Go
on.
So, I moved to the UK, football was my life.
Right.
I moved to the UK for football.
Okay.
I was playing for a very good team in Romania, and then at 11 I was like, I want to take it to the UK.
Okay. Is that because the money's in the UK with football, I'm assuming?
The teams are better, academies, standard. It's amazing, right?
Really?
Football was literally my life.
Right,
my
okay.
life. So that is the thing that I'm still dealing with at the moment.
Maybe you had a bit of your work drive from that then?
100%.
Yeah.
That set me up. I lived and breathed football.
The routine of practice.
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
1,000,000%. There was, and in the end, it ended up being detrimental because that's kind of what ended it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, overtraining. I was overtraining more than anyone else. 100%.
Right. So the lesson there is there is such thing as too much of a good thing.
1,000,000%.
Right.
Drink
Interesting.
too much water, you're dead. Right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I like
it's
that.
It's like that with everything. But I moved to the UK when I was 11. With my parents. I didn't know any English at all.
And you're from Transylvania.
And I'm from Transylvania.
Okay, I love it.
See, the vampires don't speak English, so it's kind of bad. I got here and it was tough, very tough.
Okay,
very tough.
at a young age, in school, didn't know anyone.
Yeah, year 7, didn't have any money, of course, because we weren't in a good situation with all that. So the school that I went to was rough as well. I didn't know any English. It was not ideal for a year 7.
You got thrown into the deep end then, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. And I'm an only child as well, so it wasn't.
Yeah, you couldn't have your brother to have your back or anything like that.
Exactly, but it was all about football. Mm-hmm. Football was my life. Mm-hmm. Fast forward, I don't know how many years. I was trying to make it pro completely. Like that was my only goal. I would not see anything else. And I had bad luck with injuries, very, very bad luck with injuries. I was injured with my left knee. I had tendinitis, which is an overwork.
Inflammation of it,
Literally, you can't do anything about it. I had it on for 2 years straight.
Wow.
Which didn't stop me from playing football, but for those 2 years I was never 100%.
Yeah, of course. Because of the pain, I'm assuming.
Because the pain was just horrible, and then like I was always, I'm always the type of guy to think, am I doing enough? Am I not doing enough? Right.
Okay.
So I'd always push through it, but this was an injury that I genuinely couldn't get over for some, like I couldn't get over it for 2 years, and it was playing. I've got such bad mental health problems with it all.
Yeah, because you want to do your best, and you know this
exactly,
is
it's frustrating.
You. Give me a new leg, you bastards.
Exactly, 100%.
Yeah.
I ended up taking 8 months off after my 2 years. In off season, like season end. Well, before the season would end.
Were you signed at this stage then? Were you with Man U or Man City? When I first came, I was like going to Manchester City and all that. But like at the end, I was with Stockport County. Okay.
And I was just trying to get my pro right, but then I was like going on loans and stuff.
Yeah.
And I had this injury on my left knee. I was out. Well, I was not performing. I was like 80% for like 2 years.
Right.
And then I was like, right, I'm gonna take 8 months off, completely recover, and come back stronger. I did. When I take recovery very, very seriously, right? So I went 8 months off, just recovery. Come back into pre-season, do the pre-season. I went hard. That is probably when I was like my leanest without ever trying to be lean. I was just I was feeling physically sick by the intense work at like training.
Really?
That I couldn't eat. I was throwing like all my food up. I couldn't eat because of how intense I was training, right?
Really?
Yeah, it was.
Even though you just had that recovery period, you went in so hard you wanted to go.
That was in the recovery as well, and
really?
coming back, in pre-season, and then finally, I do all the pre-season. First pre-season game comes in. I'm on the bench because it's my first game back. I come on, and in the first minute, I rupture my ACL on my right knee.
Was that because you weren't warm, or did you just go too hard?
I was wearing the wrong footwear, I think.
Really? What? Just wrong boots?
Astro. Well, I was wearing blades on Astro.
Right.
AstroTurf, right?
Right.
And something happened. It was a twist. Well, ACL rupture is the most common football injury. Yeah. And also the longest to treat. It's a year out.
Wow.
So that was the first minute of my first game back after 2 years, basically, of my other knee being injured.
What was the thought process at the time? Fuck my life.
I definitely cried. I cried straight away on a pitch. Not because of the pain, because I knew how hard this was. And believe it or not, I came back from that as well. I was like, I went through the whole process again for another year.
Really?
For another year.
What are you doing? Are you working in this time, like when you're having time off, or is literally football your work? I'm just training.
Just football, just
really?
like 3 sessions a day.
Does someone sponsor you for that to happen then, or what?
At that point, no, because it was, I was pretty young. I was like 18, 19.
Right.
So I was still studying with it all, right? So it was like kind of the college phase, but I'm just fighting for a pro. Like that is the main, right? That is the goal.
The only goal in your head at that time, really?
Football was my life. I could not see myself do anything else.
Right.
And then in that, I recovered again.
Yeah.
I went to a different team. That was horrible.
Okay.
My knee never felt quite the same. And actually, I was just playing a FIFA game with my friend.
Right.
And we put a bet on it. I never lose FIFA at FIFA. I'm sick at FIFA.
Okay.
I don't play it now, but I used to play it. And I was really good.
We don't have time for that shit no more.
No. Yeah, not at all. But at that time, I was really good. We put a bet on it. Loser shaves his head.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And I lost.
Right.
I lost that game.
Okay.
I had to shave my head.
Right. As in like big shave it, or literally just like
shave your head.
Right. Okay.
Fully shave your head. Right.
Right. Full bald man.
Full bald. Exactly. And I got scouted to model from that.
Really? So that literally, I hope you gave that guy some money or some free t-shirts, something, but like you've created my modelling career.
He's fine. He's
all right.
He's all right. He won the game. He's got to be pleased with that.
So how did you get scouted? You literally shaved your head and then you put something on social media, or you
on
walking
Instagram.
around?
I can't even remember. And then my agency just came across it, and then they approached me and they were like,
So an agency saw this picture of you with a shaved head. You thought, this guy's in good shape. We need him on our books, and contacted you.
Basically, that's kind of what happened. But I was so surprised. I'd never ever pictured modelling or anything like that at all. Right. So I was like, I'm still stuck on football, right? How
many years ago was this then?
4 years.
4 years.
3-4 years ago, right?
Okay,
yeah.
right.
Because I still put it off. I was like, I'm not really doing it. I'm coming back to football.
Still going to be a professional footballer.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah, because there was only one goal in your mind. That's why.
It was just football.
Yeah, just football. You hadn't thought of monetising anything else.
Not at all. But a few months go by, and I'm playing. I'm coming on last few minutes in winter. Last 10 minutes with a fucking injured knee.
Yeah, not feeling 100%.
It was just not the same, man. I was like, I'm turning down like $1,000,
big money.
$2,000, like jobs, big money to be on the bench on a cold Tuesday night and stuff.
So you had this like kind of shock of realization then, I bet, and just be like, what am I doing? Maybe there is another way.
Exactly. Well, I was just like, I'm turning down so much money. I'm coming on last 10 minutes. I'm not making a difference. I'm literally hurting my knee in the process. What can I do? I'm just gonna. And then I gave it a go, and it was good.
You messaged them and said, do you know what? Yeah, let's do it.
Well, we kept in touch throughout this time, and they were like, I was seeing all these jobs, this potential come through because they placed me with other agencies.
Okay.
And
so what was your first job? Can you remember? Did you have to do the whole? Because obviously when I was scouted back when I was 17, I had to get a portfolio done. It was very. I mean, this is a long time ago now. You have to get portfolio done, then get your first job. Mine was with like Arc Clothing that did like Super Dry Bench, GeoGoey and all that sort of stuff. And it was literally get as many t-shirts photographed as possible, literally, you know what I mean, like in that 2 hours or whatever. So did you just do a shoot or did you go do your portfolio?
No, I did. Yeah, I had some test shoots. I had some test shoots first.
What was that like, having a lens pointed in your face straight away? Because obviously you've been used to it with football, but not like that, eyes to camera, pulling weird. You enjoy it?
You know what? It didn't take much to get used to at all, to be honest. I was like, I'm a pretty comfortable guy. I was always a confident guy, so I didn't have a problem with it. Obviously, just little tips like how to pose and stuff like that. It was easy. 2 shoots, and I was like, boom, I can do this. It's fine.
All right. Okay.
And then my first job, I think it was like actual. Well, no, I had a few like just like startup brands, and it was like 2 of them, and then I think it was Boohoo, and then JD, and then it just.
Oh wow! So it went up quick then.
Yeah, quick. Very
Jesus,
quick.
That's crazy. You must have started at a good agency.
Yeah, no, they're the best. They're the best scouts.
Who was that scouted you then?
Former models.
Right. Okay. Right.
So they're the leading model scouts.
Back in the day, Models 1 were the models, and they were based in London. And I remember having a really bad experience with them, because we'll go on to this after. But as a commercial model, you're classed as the pretty civilian. They were a mainstream brand, and I went down to this Trespass casting in London, and they said, you're not like outdoor enough look for me, but why don't you go to Models 1 with your portfolio while we're here? I was like, all right, go on then. And at this time, I was quite a good model. I was very confident. I'd had so many jobs under my belt. I'm like, I'll give it a shot, why not? Went in there, brought my portfolio in. She looked at it, this girl, after about 10 minutes of waiting, and I already thought I was a pretty badass model, to be fair. She looked at it and went, yeah, not for us. And I says, go on then, why? She's like, you're ugly as fuck, pretty much.
Wow.
She was like, your nose is big, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. To be a mainstream model, you need to be quirky, you need this. And I was like, oh shit. And I literally went home on that train, and I must have been about 21 after earning thousands modelling. I was thinking, fuck, I need to pack this modelling in, man. Am I right, ugly munter? Do you know what I mean?
How does that feel getting told that by a girl as well?
Oh, I know. Well, I mean, she was the bee's knees. Models 1 back in the day were who signed Kate Moss. So, like, they were the everything, you know what I mean? So, it was a bit of a hit, but then I thought, sack this, that's mainstream modelling. I wasn't even doing mainstream modelling, you know what I mean? So, it's quite brutal, is that world, isn't it? Have you found that? Have you had any people try and kind of knock you in any way, shape or form, or have you had any negativity from the modelling, apart from random gay men messaging you, of course?
That's what I mean. Not from actual people. Okay. Not from people that matter. Not from people that matter. No, to be honest, it's all been great. But I think that's the way I associate myself with people as well. So the people that I got negativity from, I just like random people that mean nothing. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
So if you ever get any sort of like negativity coming your way from your modelling, I'm assuming it'd be on social media, for example, someone saying a stupid fucking comment or whatever. How do you deal with that then? Because as much as we can say, we can brush it off and all the rest of it, if one actually hits the spot with you, do you know what I mean? Do you know something personal? I don't know, taking the piss out of Transylvania or whatever, something close to your heart.
Yeah.
As much as we can say, it doesn't affect us, it might do a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
100%. But this is one thing about me. It might be another belief. I don't get triggered at all. Ever about anything.
You said you're quite like not very emotional.
No,
or
yeah,
if you are, you're stone-faced.
Yeah, there's nothing that anyone can say that can affect, unless, like I said, I have a very, very close circle. So I think the only things that can truly affect me are things that matter to me, said by people that matter to me.
Okay, so a close friend says you're a knob.
In a serious, in a very serious. Not even you're a knob. Like
you know what I mean? Something like you're not working hard of your bum. That'll get you going. Yeah, like,
if it's true.
Yeah, of course.
If it's, you know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. I feel like there's this thing that I look for when I connect with someone. If they pass the inner circle test, like for them to get into my inner circle, they can't be too sensitive. Okay. They can't be triggered.
Right.
I've had experiences where I got close to someone, like as a friend.
And they were the wrong person.
And then I just, you know when you feel on edge?
Oh, really?
I do not feel on edge with my people.
Of course.
I want to be, like my true friends, I want to be able to say whatever I want, whenever I want.
Get you.
You know what I mean? And then they know I will never ever try to offend them.
Right.
But when someone that I'm connecting with, I say something to them and then they switch. That's not for you. That's an instant wall that I'm like, right, we can never go past that level. You can never be in my inner circle,
right? Because
you're going to be sensitive.
Yeah.
And I
cut them out straight away. Sack that.
Definitely. No,
really?
100%. Yeah.
Right.
No, I don't like. What's the point of an inner circle other than comfort? You want someone that you can rely on. You can speak whatever is on your mind. Otherwise, it's lonely, right?
Yeah. I get you, man. I get you.
If they're gonna react badly to it, or you have to watch your mouth with them because they might get triggered, then I don't want that.
Yeah, basically what you're saying is you don't like volatility. You don't want someone blowing up like a stick of dynamite.
100%.
You want to just be able to be yourself.
What exactly?
I like that.
Exactly.
So back to the modelling, right? Would you say you're successful? Would you say you're successful at that one thing? Obviously, you were pretty shit at football. That didn't work out. You harnessed your work drive, put it into modelling, I'm assuming. Are you a good model, would you say? Are you a successful model? Do you feel like there's loads more to come? Do you feel like you can monetize it even more? How do you feel 100%, like you're doing?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. There's this thing where I don't know what I'd label myself as. I wouldn't want to say that I'm a model or I'm this or I'm that. I don't know, because I like to do so many different things, right?
Like
and modeling, and I feel like if you label yourself as something, you get stuck with that label, and you won't get taken seriously in something else, which you might have a great potential of doing, right?
Okay. So what would you class yourself as at the moment? Because I know you've got your online business.
I'm water.
As in fitness.
I'm water.
Everything,
water,
really. I'm water. Well, how many things do you have going on at the moment? Obviously, you've got modelling, fitness.
Modelling, the fitness, then there's just other side things like care homes that I'm really massive into. A bit of everything, literally. Everything.
Okay.
I don't.
Right.
Yeah.
So you don't like to label yourself?
Yeah.
But
I'm an opportunity taker.
What do you think anyone's going to call you though? What do you think? Do you think everybody's going to go, yeah, he's a model?
Right now, yeah. I mean, I'm mostly known for that, right?
Right. Okay.
Definitely. But I like potential, right?
You like to keep doors open.
Everything. Yeah, definitely.
So at the moment, let's talk one career at a time, because obviously we've got loads to talk about there. From a modelling point of view, is it good money nowadays? I know back in my day it was okay, but now it's almost like, oh, we'll give you loads of clothes and do this shoot.
Yeah, I would never do that. I would never do any of that.
Is it good? Is it good money?
It can be good money if you don't cheapen yourself. Okay. I would say, and it depends. If you sell your soul as well, it can be amazing money, right? Okay.
Go on. As in, what do you mean by that?
As in, go down the influencer route, maybe go on shows, go on Love Island, go on all these things. Yeah. It can be amazing money, but it all comes down to your values, like what you want to do, how you want to be seen.
Yeah, so you don't want to just go for the money, you want...
Not at all.
Okay,
not at all.
interesting.
For me, it's fulfillment over anything.
All right.
That is the biggest thing to me. I think, and I truly believe that you become successful a lot more because of the things that you say no to rather than the things that you say yes to.
Oh, interesting. So instead of just going to everything, you're very selective.
Well, it's all about exclusivity.
Yeah. Right? Okay. All right.
That's what I think. And there's been a lot of opportunities for money, like massive opportunities, and even like crazy money. I'm not even, like OnlyFans.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah.
OnlyFans, things like Love Island, Hot Handle, things like this. The money is insane, and when it's waved in front of you like that, I mean, I can see why people do it. So many people do it, and there's no problem with it at all.
Yeah. I was going to say, why wouldn't you do it though? So like, I've obviously done loads of random TV shows, and I actually got selected for this like couples Love Island. But unfortunately, after I've dragged my missus on one TV show, she really disliked that. So she was like, no, and I was like, yeah, but you've got stories to tell the kids. Don't take life too seriously. Do you know what I mean? So is it just because you don't want to be kind of labelled as that guy from Love Island?
That's one thing, and I have a few things in mind that I just know wouldn't work.
Get you. Okay.
If I was associated with if I was associated.
We can't call it tarnished with that brunch.
No, not at all. Because I hate judging people.
Yes.
I hate that because not everyone is the same. There's some brilliant people that were on Love Island. And came
I mean, like
Love
Danny.
Island.
What a legend. Danny Williams is a great.
I think it was with my agency actually. I think he was. I'm not too sure.
He's a legend. He's such a lovely guy. And he's and he's been on it. You think, because you do instantly kind of you kind of automatically assume this person's on Love Island. I bet they're a bit like, I don't know, not dumb, but they're just after it for that. But then he's like, he's next level, isn't he?
That's just psychology tricks, right? There's things that you just know that if you're associated with, you can't blame other people for thinking that straight away, and it's not okay, but it happens, right? And I'd be stupid to not know that, right? At the end of the day, like reality doesn't give a fuck about what you think. It's just the truth, right? It's just you would be associated like that, and it's not true. It's not okay, but it's just the truth, right?
Makes sense.
But like I said, there's been some brilliant people on all TV shows. I'm sure there's amazing people in OnlyFans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
people have approached you to do OnlyFans and you've basically turned it down.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying. Yeah, as in like collabs or just look, I'll do you an OnlyFans and give
you. No, like the owners of OnlyFans and stuff like this. They go around, they get requests.
Really? And then how many people own OnlyFans? Do you know?
I think it was 2 people. I'm not too sure now because when I got approached, I think it's 2 people with a third being very involved. If I'm not wrong, I may be wrong. Okay. But that's what I've been told by.
That's very interesting. That OnlyFans owners go hunting. Brilliant.
Brilliant. It only makes sense. But this was right at the start.
Yeah, of course.
All close to the start.
So you've said no to some of that. So I did a lot of stuff for like gay magazines and stuff back in the day, and I was signed to like a gay underwear company and stuff, and I had a few gay photographers ask me to do inappropriate stuff, but one of my agents said to me, look, as soon as you get tattoos, you're done for, unless you're fully covered in like beautiful and all the rest of it, and that's your thing, so that's why I put it off for so long. And once you get your dick out, you're done. Never get it out, do you know what I mean? So have you ever had any like inappropriate experiences on a set now that you've done 4 years of modelling where someone's like maybe suggested to do something a bit too like naughty in underwear or anything, or have you never had anything bad happen yet?
No, they always happen, of course.
Does it? Because you hear a lot of this. You hear a lot of this in the fitness industry about guys that are up there that have got up there by sucking some photographer's dick. It's crazy, but no one knows. It's crazy. You'll walk around like these fitness expos, and I'll know exactly what has happened with what photographer and stuff. And like that guy's petting so much because he slept with this dude, even though he's not gay, and it's crazy.
I mean, yeah, it's how the world works, right?
No one knows that. No, only us people as insiders know that. So this is why I'm trying to be as transparent as possible and open people's eyes.
Yeah. No,
you wouldn't know that, would you? You wouldn't know that like fitness models have done some naughty stuff just to get sponsored by. Do you know what I mean? 100%. And I'm probably going to get in trouble like that for that. But because it's like this
is what it's all about. It's freedom, right? I mean, is it really a secret?
Well, I mean
people just try and tell us that is not what is happening, but it is a dirty industry, just like most things are. At the end of the day, we're all prostitutes if you think about it.
Go on.
Do you know what I mean?
What do you mean by that?
Like modeling, it's just you don't get your things out, right? Yeah. But you're still just
A mannequin. I always described it as a mannequin
exactly.
that talks.
It's just, to what extent are you being a prostitute? You know what I mean?
That kind of makes sense, actually. Yeah, I get you. I just saw it as an expensive mannequin, and the only reason I used to get booked because I wasn't a diva. Back in when I started many years ago, I just used to do exactly what I was told. So agency would go, there's a fancy dress shoot, it's 400 quid, you've got 2 hours, you've got to do all these fancy dresses. I'm like, fancy dress, do I get to keep some? Brilliant, yeah, whatever. But then other like girls had come in off like Big Brother and stuff and started trying to model, and they were being divas. I'm not putting that on. Well, you're not going to get fucking booked again if you don't do what the photographer's asked. Stop being a diva. Put the shit on, you muppet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Some people are just, Have you met some divas in your time on set and all the rest of it, or have they all been? All right?
No, they definitely are. But
okay.
I think you can't really judge, to be honest, because you don't know what they're used to, and you don't know if it's worth it to them. Just because it's worth it to you doesn't mean it's worth it to them.
Okay, yeah.
And I realized this on my last shoot, actually, because I got to a level now, and not to be a dickhead or anything like that.
No, please be confident.
I'm used to
top notch.
Well, yeah, quite top, because of the brands that I work with. Obviously, I had to build my way to that, but now because of the brands that I work with, I expect a certain standard of professionalism. And just because other models on set might be okay with getting treated not up to my standards, that doesn't mean that I will be okay with it, you know?
Okay.
And for them to then judge me and think, oh, just get on with it.
Yeah, so you were like, where's my bottle of water? And these are like, who's this diva?
Well, it wouldn't be quite like that. It'd be like, you know,
where's my trailer?
Taking the piss. No. I'm always very lenient with things, but certain things, like, I don't know, them not being too organized and making me wait for too long, or like I was shooting for called like a ski brand in Switzerland, literally just where I came from, and they were like they weren't the most organized. It's fine saying this because I didn't really like shooting with them.
Yeah.
They'd make me wait, dressed in clothes that are designed for you to be at the top of a freezing mountain in.
Oh, so
you know what I mean? I was absolutely sweating, and then they'd be taking their time, and they wouldn't like, it's just disrespect. I find disrespectful, but the other models were completely fine with it.
Yeah, it's because they weren't like, used to the caliber of
and that's fine. Like, I completely understand this.
Just frustrating when they haven't got the shit together.
Yeah,
you know
but this is why I don't really judge. I completely see why they are so, like, the other models are so fine with it. It's because they want to get booked again. They were eager. They were excited. They were so happy, and that is amazing. That is amazing, right? But that doesn't mean that I'm like that because my experiences are different to theirs.
That makes sense.
Right.
So what's been your most lucrative job then? What's been the job that, let's still stick with modelling, what's been the job that's paid the most? Are you allowed to talk about who it was and like money-ish, do you know what I mean? Because some people have no idea how much a professional model earns per job. They're clueless.
It can all differ, to be honest.
What's a decent job you've done?
You know what? You'll be very, very surprised. So obviously my most successful job, I think it would be the D-Squared one.
Okay, is that a campaign or was it just one shoot? Or
no, it was a campaign.
Shoots?
It was like a week maybe away in Mykonos. Okay.
So yeah, campaign is a week of modelling basically. Like
it can be a day. A day's campaign. It can be whatever. But that would probably be because of the exposure, because of it raises your exclusivity, your profile. Yeah, it raises your value, right? Because who you shot with. But money-wise, you'd be surprised that less known brands would probably pay the best.
Really? And so your big boys know they can get whoever they want because
it's
Gymshark,
not a rule,
for example, you want to be in Gymshark shoot.
100%.
Do it, yeah.
To be fair, Gymshark actually pay well. Like they're amazing. Gymshark are probably my favorite clients. The whole ethos is just brilliant, absolutely amazing. The whole ethos is literally about making sure that the employees don't want to go home.
Yes, yeah, I get you.
The facilities that they've built there are fantastic. They've got one of the best gyms I've ever seen. They've got a chef. They've got 2 different buildings, a cinema, basketball courts. Wow. Like, you would not want to go home.
Yeah, I get you.
The way they treated me, because they were a brand that I was very proud to work with, purely because of how amazing they are. They would go that extra mile, and this is linking to what I just said before.
When you're used to that one standard.
Exactly. Well, I'm used to this standard, and then I get treated differently, and I see I see little things that leave a bad taste in your mouth by another brand, like cheapening out on travel, or like giving you bus money so that you don't have to take a taxi. You know what I mean? Things like this, and I would not stand for that at all.
Not at this stage anyway.
When a brand like Gymshark would send chauffeur to pick you up 2 hours away, to take you all the way to Birmingham with a shoot, to shoot maybe 2 outfits, and then send you back.
That's why they do.
You know what I mean?
Well,
I'm like, people don't understand the importance of value, of giving. You will never get less by giving more. There's no way. So these little things like cheapening out on something will only be bad for your business. The more you invest, the more you'll return, because as humans we feel the need to reciprocate, right? If someone gives you value, we feel, if I compliment you on your hair, you will feel the need to give me a compliment back. You know what I mean? Yeah. And this is the case with everything. This is why why do you think, have you ever wondered why businesses give you free water sometimes, or like a chocolate at the end? This is all a marketing strategy, because it makes you I think it makes you maybe like 20, 25, 50% more likely to buy the product.
Oh really?
It's ridiculous.
I've said this about personal training, because back when you first start personal training, if you give someone a free session and you've sat them down and given them your time, they are bound to sign up. So it's an easy way of getting a client who might potentially be worth 10 grand a year to you.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, so everyone loves a good freebie.
1 million percent.
Yes.
1 million percent.
So what did that D-Square campaign pay-ish roughly then? Or was it just travel and loads of clothes?
No. It was good. It was good pay. I'm not sure I can say exactly.
Well, is it up to 10 grand? Is it up to 20 grand? Is it up to 50? Is it crazy money?
Up to 10.
Okay, all right.
But
that's all you need.
this is what I mean. You'd be very surprised how many you see all these Milan fashion weeks, all of these shows. A lot of models that go on a weeks long, 2 weeks long, months long fashion week, and they shoot with all the brands like Dolce & Gabbana, Armani, everyone. They will come back and just break even. Really? It's crazy, that, isn't it? It's crazy, but then you'll get a call to shoot for a brand that you've never heard of,
and they'll pay big money.
You 10 grand.
Really?
Just like
so
that,
actually, what you're saying is, if anybody out there wants to do modelling, focus on the smaller brands. If you focus want money.
Focus on yourself. Focus on being exclusive. Don't cheapen yourself out by just shooting for everyone. Know your levels. Don't just take a shoot. Don't just go for the quick money either, because you'll get just people calling you. Oh, can you do a shoot for me for like I'll give you 200 quid.
Of course, yeah.
And it's just believe in yourself. Know your worth. Believe in yourself. Don't try and scam anyone like your agents by like going behind the back. A lot of models do this. Go behind the back for the quick buck.
With agencies though, I know they say you're supposed to have one agency that's like, exclusive to you and all the rest of it, but I didn't quite understand that. I mean, I had DK, I had Catwalk, I had probably like 4 agents, but they were completely different regions and they all got different work. They weren't very happy with it, but it worked, and I was getting everyone paid anyway, so it didn't really matter to me. Do you know what I mean? But then it might be different for commercial modelling than your mainstream modelling. Do you know what I mean?
It's territory, I think. So this is what I mean, because my mother agents, FOMO, the ones that scouted me, they're not just an agency, they're more scouts. Okay. So what they do is they scout people like me, like other models, and they place them to actual agencies.
Ah, interesting.
Do you know what I mean?
Did they place you to multiple then, or just the one?
No, they placed me in Manchester.
Yeah. Boss or Nemesis or?
This was at Jadot to start with, but I'm not with them anymore.
Right.
They placed me in Manchester, they placed me in London, they placed me in Milan, and they placed me in LA and in Germany right now. Germany is doing very, very well.
Right. So. And does each agent take a set fee, like a percentage per?
Each agency takes a percentage, and then from that, my mother agents get their cut for bringing me to them. But it depends. It all differs. Some take 20%, some take up to 30%.
So what sort of money do you reckon you could potentially do annually modelling then, as in do you know, like let's say you height your career, have you got like a goal in mind, like I want to do 100 grand modelling, I want to do 100 grand like the fitness I want to do you know what I mean?
I never used modelling for money, to be honest. I mean, I only used it, I don't know, I think it's I only used modelling as a stepping stone.
Yeah, because it was a transition period for you, wasn't it?
Exactly. It opened up so many doors to me.
Right. So you wouldn't want to go all in?
I put it this way, I turned away more money than I made from modelling.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Is that because
of other things?
Is it because you feel like you're not 100% committed to it then, or what?
Not even that, because once it opened so many doors for me, for example, I took a massive break with the care homes. Yeah. So I had a massive period of time in which I just was turning away jobs. I couldn't do it. I did not have the time at all.
So what is it with the care homes then? Do you invest in care homes? Do you put time into them? Do you work for free? What is it with care homes?
No, so during lockdown there was obviously a big opportunity. The prices went down massively in care homes. Unfortunately, people were dying. Yeah. It was horrible. So this massive opportunity came where someone that owns a lot of care, that has a care home portfolio, had 2 of them for sale at a very discounted price. Okay. So I decided to invest in that. Okay. With 2 partners as well. So exactly.
I'm assuming it's like a 300 shares and you each own 100, so it's a 3-way split.
It's even more than that because we have a management company that take a big cut actually as well. Okay. So it's but basically
so you are literally an investor.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But when we went into that, we spent we put on actual labor, because these care homes, the reason he was selling them is because they were not up to scratch, not up to standard, and he didn't want to worry about them. He had others to worry about. His worst care homes. Yeah, he sold his bad stock. Exactly, but he regretted it straight away. After we had some bad things after that because he wanted them back after we signed contracts. It was a long story. Really? But wow. Yeah. So I put a lot of effort into that, actually painting walls and just full on labour, right? Okay.
But you already knew how to graft anyway from your football days, didn't you?
I mean, my dad taught me a lot of things, to be honest, as well. So he's been brilliant. But yeah, definitely, I love this. I love the process.
Are they all running effectively now? Is it 2 you have then? Yeah.
We moved on to 5 now.
Right. So you've got 5 shares in 5 care homes, and exactly. I bet that's quite rewarding. Do you know what I
mean? Right now, everything that we make is going back into the business and paying back the investors. We have some American investors. It's very, very complicated. So that's why I took a long time off, and I was only taking on shoots that were very, very worth it for me. If that makes sense.
Yeah, because that was almost like a focus because you thought this could be a big thing here. Because there's always going to be a need for care, isn't there?
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah. There's a lot of bad rap actually. I was speaking to my missus about this the other day, and there's a lot of bad rap of certain people working in care homes mistreating people, isn't there?
And that is why this is so close to me. I think, to be honest, for any successful business to be as successful as possible, you have to truly, truly care. You have to actually care. If you're a PT, you have to care about the client. Absolutely. You genuinely have to care about their life. In this situation, when we stepped into the business, into the care homes, we saw how badly they were treated. Really? And it was during COVID times. They had no facilities.
Do you think it's because there isn't enough staff to look after Frank, who's 80 and can't walk? What do you think it is? Do you think he's underpaid or what?
In this scenario, it's just
lazy.
Just not caring. Just no emotion. Literally not caring.
So the staff are just numb.
It wasn't the staff. It was the owner. The owner was not.
Understood. Right, now I get you.
The facilities. There was no. These people had no way to talk to their families at all. No iPads. Not even FaceTime. They couldn't meet. Right. It was just.
That's awful.
A nightmare.
Could you imagine working all your life till you're 70 or 80 and you can't walk? Then putting everything into your life and doing all these amazing things and then being literally stuck in 4 walls. Crazy.
That's exactly what goes through my head. It's just this. I don't know. It's disgusting.
So although you're not taking money from these, because well done, you're reinvesting, which is what I do with everything. Do you find it rewarding knowing that you've made a difference and you're actually providing a better quality of care for these old people?
100%. Yeah. I mean, how can you not, right?
Amazing.
Definitely. But right now, I've kind of moved away from that finally onto my next thing.
You haven't sold out then? You just left it?
No. Now it's running. It's perfect. It's in a good place. I'm relying on the other 2 partners. They are everything is going brilliant, and that is just something on the side that is looking to grow and grow and grow. But my biggest thing for me was making sure these people are happy.
Brilliant.
Just as soon as we got in, we got them a bunch of iPads, FaceTime your family, just, you know what I mean? Just
Amazing.
see them. And then just obviously from then on, it's just improved their quality of life, their facilities, all of that. And then that's what we're looking to do with everything else that we acquire.
Would you continue to grow that? So let's say you're now at 5. 100%. Do you want to go to 10? Do you want to go to?
Exactly.
Amazing.
That's the goal. That's the aim. Yeah.
Is that the retirement plan?
I don't want to retire.
I know. Don't worry. I know you won't retire. You're
not just yet.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I moved into something else after that, into like the fitness, because it's like fitness has been a part of my life.
Yeah, because this obviously this is how we first met. Obviously, you're friends with a friend of mine who, you were using the gym for some content. Talk to me about that then. Obviously, you're big into it because you're an athlete. You were a football, a professional footballer. So gym.
Oh, nearly. Not
well,
quite
I'm going
made
to say,
it.
well, you are. Yeah. I'm sure you're better than me anyway, so it doesn't matter. So, from a fitness point of view, then, what are you doing at the moment? Then, are you online coaching? Is that what it is?
No. So this is why I said when I talked to Jamie to this agency, I was like, I want to make this go hand in hand with what I do,
which is modelling and business. And
basic. Exactly. I am obsessed with fitness. I am obsessed with.
Is that because you want to look better than everyone else or feel better than everyone else?
It's part of it as well. Of course, I want to do everything that I do to the best of my ability. So definitely. But then also just be healthy and help other people. I truly believe that. Well, I literally am upset about the misinformation that goes around in the fitness industry. I truly believe that 90%, 95% of personal trainers, influencers, don't even get me started on that.
Yeah. Just talk shit.
Just talk shit, and
for the money, and that's it.
They don't realise the effect that this is having on Susan from around the block that believes it.
The amount of eating
on my parents, this all my day.
Oh my
God,
God.
I couldn't believe it. And I struggled with this after the before I got into it. Before I got into modelling, because I thought this is what it's all about. I'm just not going to eat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Calorie deficit. Fuck it. Let's not eat.
100%. 100%. So then it got really close to my heart, and I got obsessed with it.
Okay.
I actually started a 9-month PT course.
Okay.
And I quit it because I realised it's bullshit. It was absolutely bullshit.
But the personal training diploma is literally for the certificate. That's it. So you can
get it in 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
You can get something in a week, in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
This is why I truly believe you don't need the education. Don't get me started on the education system right now with it all. Not at all.
So with the personal training, you think there's too much garbage out there because of social media, though. This is the issue. The Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and all the rest of it. All these people are thinking, right, how do I make money? How do I get these people on the hook? I'll just talk a load of shit, get them hooked, take some money. Yeah,
exactly. And just bad goals, I would say. Bad targets. Why everyone wants to aim for unsustainable physiques. Like, why is that so glorified? You know what I mean?
It's pretty mad, is that I will never stay in photo shoot shape year round because it isn't healthy. It hurts. You have to sit down. Your feet have no fat on them, so you can't walk around. No one walks around at 5% body fat all year round unless you are a genetic freak. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
At the moment, you're obviously lean for your modelling and all, everything else, right? But it's tough, isn't it? To stay like that all year round, it's hard.
You know what? This is why I talk about genetics so much. I have never not had abs.
Really?
I've never not had abs.
Wow.
Literally.
So your thyroid's crazy.
No, but I genuinely store fat somewhere in my hamstring, maybe my legs. Yeah. My mate, he's one of my best friends, and his limbs get so fucking lean, so lean. But for him to get his abs last two abs, he has to get to 5%. Is ridiculous.
Right.
But you know what I mean? So people need to understand the difference in genetics. Not everyone, some people can be 15% but still have abs.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So for me to maintain my current physique right now, I'm easy. I will never sacrifice my health. This is what my business is going to be all about. I think health is above everything, right? Not just physical, but mental and social as well. I don't want to glorify bad targets anymore, bad goals.
So
you know what I mean?
What would you class as a bad goal then? Look like this guy here, don't have a life, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, just sacrifice your mental and social health for your physical health, and not even for your physical health, for your aesthetics, because realistically you're not even going to be physically as healthy as you would be at a normal body weight.
Yes.
Body fat, right?
Understood.
Even physically you're going to look healthy. Are you really? You're dying.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're literally dying.
Yeah. What's the leanest you've ever been, and did you feel like death?
You know what?
Or are you quite lucky with it?
It's crazy. It's crazy. I think it changes, because the leanest I've ever been was when I never tried to be lean.
Really? You just kind of took the pressure off?
It was no. It was it was before I was modelling. It was
Right.
when I was playing football and I was just overtraining.
Right, because you were doing so much, you were burning
Exactly.
so many calories.
I was doing three sessions a day.
Wow. And
Like,
now you do 2, is it, with the gym?
I do 2 now, but that was like basically 3 cardio. No, 2 cardio sessions. It was one intense boxing session in the morning, like 6 a.m. something like that. Then I'd go straight to the gym and do my weights, and then I'd have training at night with a team.
Right. So it's a lot. So
It was
because
a
you were
lot.
burning so
Sometimes
many calories,
it was
you were
ridiculous.
lean.
So I was not feeling bad.
Right.
I was not feeling bad as in, oh, I need to eat whatever. You know when you lean down, like when you get proper shredded and all you can think about is food.
Yeah.
I was unbelievably shredded, and food was the last thing on my mind.
Really?
So it was bad, but
Yeah.
obviously that led to a lot of injuries and stuff.
Yes.
But that's because I just didn't have the focus on that.
Yeah, you didn't have the knowledge, did you? Do you know what I mean? So your aim now with your fitness, app and all the rest of it, then that is basically to provide more people with knowledge and to kind of prioritise realistic goals. That's what you're saying.
100%.
Right, okay. So cut the shit, basically. That's what you're saying.
Exactly. So this
Love
is
it.
how I'm basically gonna try and bring 2 worlds together. Because I am my biggest testimonial, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
This is what I was thinking about. I've been obsessed with fit. As I said, I quit that course. That was to do my own studies. You can find the best information online, right?
Yeah,
And if
absolutely.
you're obsessed enough,
Right,
you can do whatever you want. Sky's the limit. If you're obsessed enough, I got obsessed with studying studies and only relying on studied information, like things that are backed up by studies,
Science.
right? Science, exactly.
Did you use a coach yourself to learn off another coach? Have you done that?
Well, online coaches, to be honest, just the most trustworthy people. If you dig deep enough, you will find the most trustworthy people online, right? That's kind of what I relied on most. And
anybody that's wanting to start personal training, would you name a few that you thought was very helpful?
Greg Doucette.
Greg Doucette, yeah, God, I love Greg Doucette.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just science-based, more plates,
Brilliant.
more dates.
Yeah,
Don't know if you've heard about that. So people like that, just
What
brilliant.
about people like Lane Norton? Not a fan?
I am actually. I'm a big fan. Fan. Are you?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so. Yeah.
I used Lane Norton
right?
for a coach for quite some time, actually.
Oh, did you?
I've used some of the most
amazing
famous coaches in the industry. Yeah, Greg Doucette, all that, and that was me piecing together a bit of the world's best coaches to take on all the knowledge. So, for anybody who wants to get into the industry and cut all the shit out, you're saying do your own study. Get subscribed to all these YouTubers. Listen, take notes, take it on board.
100%. Or just the people question everything.
Okay.
Right? Question everything.
Be that annoying client.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
100%.
I love that when people ask questions because I'm like, oh God, it's actually a time to use some of all this knowledge I've had for the last 20 years. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, yeah,
Exactly. Right. Yeah, definitely. And just don't. This is what a thing that I have with books, right? Because I love reading things that. And that's going to take us on routine. We have,
right.
You know when someone, I feel like a lot of people do things for the wrong reasons.
Okay.
Which are to impress others.
Yeah.
Like things that
buy nice cars, do weird shit. Yeah.
And not even just that. Just I'm talking about good habits. Oh, look at me! I read books, and then they just look at agreeing with 100% of the books, right? Of what they read in the books. For me, I will never look into it like that at all. There's not been one book that I agree with 100%. And in fact, my most influential book that I have read is one that I completely disagreed with, and that's why I love it.
Okay.
Because it completely changed. I was like, and you know which one it is? It's Ego is the Enemy.
Okay, right, okay.
I don't know if you've read it.
Who's that by? That isn't Grant Cardone, who is it?
No. Wow.
I know what you mean though. I do know the book.
To be honest, I don't even know. I'm bad with names.
I'm
Ego is the Enemy.
Yeah.
I'm a face guy.
Yeah.
I read that and I was like,
this is rubbish.
This is bullshit.
Really?
Not even just that. This is bullshit. Ego is such an interesting subject because everyone deems it as so bad, but at the end of the day, it's so subjective. It can be so great. Your ego can drive you. Your ego can set the standard for how you work.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean? Because if you say you're good at something, your ego will push you to actually walk the walk.
Yeah,
right?
That makes sense.
So that book made me realize that you shouldn't fear your ego at all. So my point is, you don't have to agree with everything, right?
I get you. Yeah.
But yeah.
So you like to question stuff. So
100%.
in this like sort of PT career, I say PT, online coaching. Is it success? Have you launched? How's it going? You know, are you already got clients
with this? So no, the launch is maybe next week or the week after. It's because I'm doing such a different thing.
Yeah, because you're trying to combine modelling, business,
exactly.
everything.
So my whole thing will be obviously all of the amazing features and values that will be provided by Jamie's company, by Elevate, right?
And all that.
So that is that, but then I wanted to add even more value on top, which would be the modelling side.
Cool.
I'll be having some amazing collaborations.
It's something completely different. I think that's great.
100%. So there's going to be, the whole thing will be about train like a model, train with a model, and have the potential to get scouted by an agency. That's the little secret.
I think a lot of guys, this takes us on to people like Andrew Tate, because we were talking about that before, right? A lot of guys have a lot of pressure on them to be successful, to look incredible, to earn loads of money and all the rest of it. And if you think about it, if you just give people the answer, if you want to be a model, get all the ladies, earn loads of money, I've got it. No one's done that. I don't know why. It's crazy.
There's a lot of things that you think about and you're like, wow, how stupid am I to have only thought about this just now, right?
Yeah, of course.
And this is what it hit me. It all started with the testimonials. I was thinking about like all these personal trainers, like they've got so many testimonials. What do I have? I have me. I have like as models, I've been keeping this shape for so long. I have the ability to adjust my physique to suit certain shoots, right? I had the ability to adjust my physique to suit my football, right? So I know how to change. This was because of the obsession, because I've been into fitness all this time, right? And then I'm like, okay, so I have this testimonial now. I come from modeling. What can I do to, like, how can I provide more value to?
You've got all this knowledge.
I want to niche down, right?
You've got this knowledge with your own physique. Why not pass it on to all these other people?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I have this opportunity. I have such a huge network in the modeling industry.
Yeah.
How can I merge it all together? How can I merge my two worlds together, right?
Brilliant.
I thought, this is brilliant. I'm going to bring coaches on board, successful models in the industry. This is why I said, because of the other things that I will be I will be doing, I don't want to be seen as a personal trainer, because I don't want to be, I could be, I don't want to be like seen as a personal trainer. I want to have coaches. My coaches will be successful models.
Do you have some on board already?
I have one which you've already met.
Right.
And then the agency that I'm going to be working with, who will be bringing on their models, because the most successful, like, they represent some of the most successful models in the industry, right?
Cool.
So,
well, if you want a knackered old parcel, I'm on board.
Oh, please! Listen. Now that you told me, I didn't even realize how successful you are in modeling. So I would absolutely love to have you on board. I will actually talk to you about
just get another business. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's our passion, right? I know you love it.
Yeah, keep him busy. That's it.
So that's what it's going to be. It's going to be the more successful models coming on board. And because what you'll find is, well, clearly, look at you, look at me, look at my friend. It's a trend. A lot of people, like, so many models in the industry, successful models, are obsessed with fitness.
Absolutely.
And
you've
have
got
an amazing body. Yeah. And look at you.
Yeah.
You are a model. Yeah. Look what you're doing now.
Yeah.
Me, I'm a model. I love fitness.
Yeah. Love
this is what I'm doing. There are so many models like this, and the agencies that I know represent so many successful models that are just obsessed with fitness. So why not offer them the platform to monetize their passion, as well as stay in touch with fitness, like stay in touch with modeling, and continue their career.
I think you're going to smash it, mate. I think you're going to absolutely smash it. I think it's a great idea. So on the fitness topic, you said, like, we all love it. Do you absolutely love it every single day? Do you know what I mean? Do you wake up and just shit positivity and be like, yeah, let's go to the gym twice today? Do you know what I mean?
Or not at all.
Are you disciplined?
It's discipline.
This is it. This is it, innit? Because, you know, let's say out of 7 days, how many days a week do you train? Is it every day? Every day. Do you do twice a day every day? I usually do AM cardio just as like fat prevention and heart attack prevention, right?
Yeah,
and then I literally train 4 to 5 times a week, but not every session I love. I do it because I don't want to be a fat gym owner, and I used to be a model, so I don't want to be that out of shape. Do you know what I mean? So I do it because I don't want to be a pretender, but I do not love every single session.
No, I completely agree.
So out of let's say you have a hard session every day. Let's say you have a hard session every day as your like resistance training. Let's say your upper body or whatever, right? Out of 7 decent sessions, right? Because you might have a cardio focused session or the rest of it. How many of them do you reckon you enjoy if you can have a percentage? Would you say 4 to 3?
You know, I enjoy the results. I can't lie.
So you just think, I'm going to get it fucking done because I want to look good.
I mean,
Sack
yeah,
it.
who's gonna enjoy just absolutely just sprinting the arse off on a fucking
treadmill? So we say we love it. I mean? We love the results of it.
Yeah,
we love looking better than most people.
And just the mental toughness that you get from it, like you finish it and you're like, wow, I've done this. I've done this. Like everyone's out, everyone's been out. It's 4 a.m. and I've already done my hours of cardio. You know what I mean? I love that. I know it's bettering myself. So I always say this. People ask me, you know, when you do questions on Instagram, they say like most people you'll find that their biggest downfall is motivation. I'm like, motivation is triggered by results. You cannot not be motivated once you see results because they're addictive.
Once the scales start going for a girl, for example, or once you start seeing bigger arms, you are on it.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's nothing like for me from a personal training point of view. Obviously, I've been doing it for a long time now. There is nothing like seeing a woman who's just broke up with a fella who wants to show him what he's fucking missing out on, or a woman just about to get in a wedding dress. Man, they are possessed.
1,000,000%.
Wow, they're on it. Do you know what I mean?
So what is that? That's where motivation comes from, and then obviously discipline will get like ruled into you. Yeah. Because you need to keep those results coming, right? So you'll become disciplined, and then it just becomes a cycle.
Yeah. So like a cycle of good habits, discipline. So we touched on this earlier a little bit. Discipline, routine. You love habits like I do. What is your sort of daily routine if a photo shoot isn't in the mix? I'm assuming it's a set time waking up, alarm, set time doing this. Give us a sort of general rule of thumb. What you think keeps you disciplined and in a good routine then?
Okay, so we touched on this, but for different reasons. Because I know you love routine, and I was completely the same until I had a big mindset change about, I'd say like 6 months ago, maybe up to a year. I refuse to be dependent on anything. Routines are good until they're bad. Right. If you depend on it, it's not really good. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So I think
you used to do it a different way then, I'm assuming.
Kind of like have a routine.
Yeah.
But if you are in a position to not be able to follow your routine, still be able to get the shit done that you need to get done. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Don't rely on that. Like whether I have my coffee or not, I know I will still do my stuff to the best of my ability. It will be optimal to have my coffee because I enjoy it. I know it's going to help. But I will not say I can't do this unless I do my coffee. Yeah, right, I think that is detrimental. Okay. Completely detrimental. And regarding routines, I don't know. You see all these. This is what I mean. A lot of people do things for the wrong reasons. A lot of people will do routines that they'll focus on marginal gains rather than major gains. You know what I mean? Like the biggest rewards come from the basics. Just it's a lot fancy. It's a lot. What sounds better to you? I woke up. I started journaling. I started meditating. I did my stretches and I did some red light therapy, right? Or I just got my fucking 8 hours of sleep. You know what I mean? What sounds better? What sounds better? Yeah. All the journaling, all like it's fancy, but at the end of the day, probably 8 hours of good quality sleep it's gonna be better for you than everything else, right?
So fuck the sprinkles.
Yeah,
do the basics. Make the cake. That's your lot. So do you have something you sort of rely on? So for example, I've only just started doing this. I'm a to-do list man. I have 4 offices, and every single office has a to-do list, and I have to complete the task. I'm one of these. If I start a task, even if it's something like the dishwasher and something else is happening, I must complete the task because I think I've got ADHD. I'm pretty sure I do. So I'll start trying to juggle multiple tasks.
I think it's a good trait, to be honest.
Well, I have to stop myself. I'm like, no, finish the bloody task, go on to the next task, because I'm doing so many things at once. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I do that. I have like notepads and all the rest of it. And then from a sleep point of view, I'm trying to get myself off caffeine because I was hooked on caffeine. To do so much work, a bit amped up all the time, I thought, I'm going to have an heart attack and die. I need to chill out. I actually do, I just listen to some meditation music to actually put me to sleep, to calm my mind. I have just started doing a gratitude journal, but only for positive thinking. And I've only just started 2 days ago. And basically just write a few things down. So, say, for example, it says, what are you grateful for today? I'll be like, oh, Roberto for giving me his time. What a nice guy. Really nice, positive, this. And I'll literally just write a few things down, put it on my bed. I've just started that. And the idea of that is kind of just being positive all
1,000,000%. And I completely agree with that.
So there's a few little things.
But this is what I mean. There's an amazing place for it if you do it for the right reasons.
Yes.
But if you do it just to outdo your friend's routine, which most people do, or to get a sick Instagram reel or a TikTok reel of your morning routine. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, you're not actually doing that, you're not doing shit.
And there is such thing as productive procrastination.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If it takes you 2 hours from the moment you wake up to start getting your shit done, because you do all this fancy shit that is deemed as productive. And how productive really is it?
Yeah, because you just wasted 2 hours. Yeah, just if you've got a bad back, you notice you stretch, get your coffee, crack on with it.
That's exactly my thing. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I try not to rely on. Obviously,
you're not dependent on something. That's what you're saying, because you don't.
I tell myself that. Yeah, I tell myself that on coffee, on literally everything. I love my coffee. I absolutely love it. But if I don't have it, I will still be just as productive. You know what I mean? If I can't have it, I will be just...
That's a mindset, though, because you're telling yourself that. I am not being reliant on this one thing.
Yeah, definitely. And it comes to alcohol, having great nights out, having an amazing social life. Without alcohol, I can do it. But then also, at the same time, keeping balance. If I want a drink, I will have a drink. If I want a cheat day, I don't even like calling them that. I can have whatever I want. I think... Because we're humans want what they can't have.
Makes sense.
It's not played the best for me in like other areas of life, like women and stuff like that. It's just how it is, right? But it's the truth. So it's such a bad approach to tell yourself, like, I'm cutting this out, and so that's such a big mistake in fitness. You'll know about this, right? I'm cutting sugar out.
Yeah, I'm not
cutting
touching
bread out.
Yeah, I'm not touching burgers,
like,
even though it's your favourite food.
You're never gonna eat it again. Is that what you're telling me? You're never gonna eat a burger again. If you are, then why not just implement just moderation?
Yeah, absolutely. Have one on a Saturday and just get back on with it. You know what I mean?
Like back on it. You can make it work. Fit it in. Have a burger every single day. I bet you can make it work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you could pretty much get peeled off having a single cheeseburger every day. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly, 100%.
So last thing, right? We were talking a bit about Andrew Tate. Okay, what are your thoughts on this? Because at the moment he's like massive. I followed him for a hell of a long time because I love the transparency. I love the straightforward. Boom, this is it. Because he talks a lot of sense. I think. What are your thoughts on? And have you taken anything from him?
So, right, it's just a very interesting topic. I will start by saying something that I go by from an amazing book that I read. One of my favorite books ever is by Marcus Aurelius, Meditations. Fantastic book. Definitely recommend you read it.
Right.
What he says is, you don't have to have an opinion about that, and it's absolutely huge.
Okay.
So what that means is, because this is the thing with Andrew Tate, you will see that most people that have an opinion about him
but don't actually have a clue.
They will have created those opinions based on short form video.
Oh, so what someone else has told.
Exactly. Yeah. Cut out from hours long, 5 hours of podcast. Yeah. They will have made a decision from a 10-second clip that they've seen on TikTok, and they were like, misogynist, whatever, right? I think that is a huge sign of immaturity. And this is a thing that I take very seriously, with not just with this, with absolutely everything. I don't have to have an opinion about anything. I refuse. It's for some reason it's uncommon for people to be comfortable in saying, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I don't have an opinion. I don't have enough information to have an opinion about it.
Yeah, a lot of people wing it and pretend, don't they? Instead of just
exactly.
going, I have no idea.
And let's say you ask me something about it, about something. The average person will feel the need to reply, to
with
give you an answer.
With any bullshit answer.
With whatever, Why? If you don't know, say you don't know.
Yeah. Guys are the worst for this, I think. Guys are definitely the worst.
I think it's everyone, to be honest. Really? But
I don't know. I find that girls usually ask the question. So, for example, like getting in shape, a girl is far more likely to ask a personal trainer than the guy a lot of the time. Well, that's what I found. So they'll be like, okay, I don't really know about that. I'll ask guys. Sometimes you're a bit stubborn and be like, well, fuck it, I'll find out. Even though they won't, they'll just wait and waste their life.
I was relating it more to Andrew Tate here because I've seen a lot of girls get asked what you think of Andrew Tate and straight away, like,
because they've taken what makes sense.
Rapist, because everything. I was like, oh my days,
crazy.
And then I'm like, okay, but how much have you watched? Have you watched everything? Have you watched everything? Yeah, I don't think you have. And if you haven't, how can you give an opinion?
Absolutely.
You genuinely cannot. And if you will have watched everything, I'm talking hours. He's done podcasts. Even from back in the day, from now, he's done some absolutely amazing podcasts. I've been watching like 5-hour long individual podcasts, like 10 of them. I don't know. There's so many. And if you watch all of them and you can genuinely say you don't agree with most things that he says, I would be concerned. I would be like, I would be very, very surprised if you watch everything.
It makes a lot of sense. And like you say, people have just taken little snippets and gone, that's nasty and all the rest of it. You didn't get the whole you didn't get the whole story. You know what I mean?
And then is everyone perfect? Like the things that he says that he gets judged for. So many people do. Firstly, they're actually right, but so many people do them. But just because of his level of fame, he gets judged for them.
It's because they're bothered what people think if they also had that same opinion.
Yeah,
they're like, chances are 99% of people agree with a lot of the stuff, but they're scared of saying it because they're too bothered about it. Do you know what I mean?
That's exactly it, and it's the topic of sensitivity. And
it's a bit brutal about him being banned from everything, wasn't it? And even having his website taken down, that Hustlers University, because I actually had that.
I had that too.
That's what I mean. It's the mindset. And this is why you've learned the whole small circle, you'll die for each other, you'll get shit done, you know what I mean? That extreme sort of mentality.
It's, for me, like I said, loyalty and meaningful relationships are the beauty of life. There's nothing like it. Literally, if I can build a strong connection with someone, what is there better than like someone that you know you can rely on through thick and thin, and just have that brotherhood to, no matter what, like you said, help if someone means so much to you and you can just help them with no expectations in return.
This is it.
You know
so if someone doesn't want anything from you and it's genuinely just a friendship, brilliant, sign me up. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's nice to get to this stage in our careers that you don't really need anything from anybody, do you? Apart from just someone to be a pal and talk to, because
sometimes that's all we need.
Lonely, man.
Right?
It's lonely being us, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Because yes, we have decided to cut all these people out of our lives for specific reasons. So we are to blame to some extent, but then sometimes it's just nice to have someone just to kind of chat to, innit? Do you know what I mean? That understands, who gets it.
Definitely, but that's the key point, is that understands and that gets it, because to me the true value is in time. And a very interesting thing that Andrew Tate actually said when he got asked what is the best thing about him being so rich, he said time travel, because of all the jets that he can get on and stuff like that. And it just makes you realise how important time is, right? And I'm like, I am alone, but am I really lonely? Because at the end of the day, I don't want to talk to people I don't connect with. I don't want to waste time.
Yes.
I hate small talk.
Yeah, do you know what? I think that's the first thing you said to me, actually, because we got straight to the nitty gritty, and I was like,
that was crazy,
I like it, man. This guy's brilliant.
That was crazy because we got into it so quick.
This is it, man.
In intense 15 minutes.
This is it, man. This is it. But I like that because I'm very impatient. My missus will start telling me a story, but instead of going, oh yeah, this person did this today, we should be like, oh well, the weather was this, and just drag it out. But because of how I work and I get so much into a day, I get to the point where I'm like, look, babes, can you just tell me what's going on, because I need to be at the next meeting, which is really bad, I know, but because I'm bringing my work sort of mentality into home, which I do need to sort out, to be fair, because I'm like, come on.
I see that, but that's where I think that is such a mature thing for you to say that you need to adjust.
I need
that.
to adjust it, yeah.
For me, the way I'm looking at it right now is like I want to find someone that can deal with that.
Yeah, which is very rare. I mean, it's like a unicorn.
Maybe I need to follow your footsteps, to be fair.
Yeah,
and
adaptation.
Think about the same, because
I mean?
that girls is a massive topic. To be fair as well, and
you need to find someone that's going to fit in with your crazy lifestyle, because you're doing the modelling, you're doing the fitness, you're doing the care homes, you want to expand into other things, you're busy. So do you really have time for a girlfriend? Do you know what I mean?
That's what I mean. It's because right now it's very casual. It's like
it has to be though, because you're so committed to all these other things, and you're a determined person, a successful person. You want to put all this drive into all these things. A girlfriend can actually be a deterrent.
1,000,000%. Well, I mean, you have to worry about. I'm a protector, right? I'm huge on that. The country that I was brought up in, the family that I was brought up by, is completely different to the English way. To be honest, like it's completely different. I'm very, very old school when it comes to girls. To be honest,
right?
To relationships and to everything like that. So I would treat something like a relationship very differently. I don't know how to explain it. I really don't know how to explain it.
So are you the provider? As in, are you the provider?
Yeah,
you're the
I'm
protector?
very traditional, very traditional when it comes to that.
Yeah, so the guy does all the work, the woman does the kids raising. That's sort of old school.
I mean, I wouldn't put it quite like that, but
I mean,
in a way, yeah.
That's how I was raised. My dad didn't change nappies, he did all the graft.
But not in a misogynistic kind of way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just don't want it to come across like that.
Yes.
I am like, again,
that's old school.
This is where I agree with Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
I truly believe. I don't think we're equal at all. I don't think one's better than the other. I think females are much better than males at certain things.
Parenting for one. Definitely.
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's not like, they were made for this. They are made to make sandwiches and shit. I'm not.
No.
You know what I mean? That's such a bad way to look at it. You know what I mean?
Get in the kitchen.
This is where people can just hear something and take the complete wrong thing, and it's like make you look like such a bad person.
Yeah.
But it's just the truth. It's just the truth. And males are better than women at other things, and that is what makes a relationship so beautiful, because you complement each other in the areas that you lack, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that is my belief.
So if you're the go-getter, what do you need to complete you? Who's this perfect piece? You need someone,
peace, right?
Yeah. So you need someone to come in and just make you happy and fill the void. So
100%.
So you don't want a clone of you who actually does all this work and all the rest of it. You want her to be able to support you and go, listen, babes, I understand you're busy. You crack on. What do you want doing?
100%. Yeah, basic. Yeah. Well, isn't that what you look like? You go to what you do everything that you work for. Obviously, also what fulfills you as a man. To me, to provide, it's such a big fulfillment. I love to give.
Yes.
And this is not just to whoever's going to be my girl or anything like that. It's just to my parents, the people, like my mentors, the people that believe in me. That is what fulfills me. I want to give. I could honestly go broke. I don't care about myself at all. I don't do this for any. Like, I don't do this for my money, for money for me and my lifestyle.
You do it for others.
I would love to see the people that I love have the best lifestyle possible because of me. You know what I mean?
So are you like me then? You'd prefer to buy your mum or dad something nice than spend it on yourself?
1,000,000%.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's a weird mentality. Like, I will buy my missus whatever she wants, whenever she wants, 99% of the time. And like, I will talk myself out of buying myself anything. Literally, I really will. I've only just started kind of opening up and started like buying myself a bit more. Do you know what I mean? And does it make you happy?
I mean,
for 5 minutes.
Why would it? I see that.
Buying people stuff makes you happy for maybe a week or so. Do you know what I mean? When you see them enjoying this item, whatever it is, sunglasses, handbags, all that sort of jargon. But then with yourself, I kind of get this guilt, like, oh, I'm not worth it. Why have I done that? It's weird.
Yeah, you need to fix that.
Big time.
You need to believe more. To be honest, and I'm exactly the same. We need to fix that, because we need to.
Yeah, do you know when you buy yourself a set of, I don't know, a fucking Gucci trainers or something that were 800 quid and they're on the fucking floor walking around in them, and you think.
And that's my thing. That's my thing with my car.
Oh, really?
You're a huge petrol.
I'm big on cars. Yeah, I am big on cars.
I am as well.
Yeah.
I fucking love cars.
Okay.
I absolutely love them. But I said to myself, so this is my first car.
Okay.
I've had this since I was 17.
Right.
But it's a thing. It
a constant reminder.
I just said I will not buy my second car until I truly believe that I deserve it. You know
oh really? Are you getting close?
You know what? I don't know if I ever will. It's such
really?
a strange thing.
Well,
I hope I will because I want a new car.
I'm going to say, when you do, please let me go car shopping with you. I know a lot of people that get good deals. What would be the one? What would be the one? What would be the perfect dream car for you?
The perfect dream car.
What's your one when you see it and you think, yes?
You know what? I didn't even. I tried to not think about that because thinking about it will just make me eager. Like, it's not the time. It's just not the time.
Come on, there's got to be one car that you love.
Come on, well then anyone would say the most expensive car in the world.
Well, I don't know, you know, because
why would it not be?
No, so let's say I
sell it and get all the other cars.
Well, no, as in like you have to be stuck
like, what
with
is
it. Do you know what I mean? What is the one that does it from a looks point of view then? Are you a Lambo man? Are you a Ferrari man? What are you?
Let me just think quickly. I know, man.
Because Bugatti, you're not going to drive a Bugatti every day, a Chiron. Do you know what I mean? A couple £1 million. That's just a bit stupid, I think.
Yeah, but if we're talking what is the one, that doesn't matter, does it?
It does. I think it does. You know, I've got a car that's worth a lot of money, right? Not that one. Once you've had something that is hypercar territory, you think, I've done that now. Actually, no. Let's drop that down a bit because it's stupid. You'll go to a car park. You can't park it anywhere because it's 400 grand. If someone hits your door, you're fucked. Do you know what I mean? You don't drive it like you want to drive it because you're so scared of writing it off. Like you've been in the car with me, haven't you? It's dangerous having something like that. So there's no way I would have a Bugatti.
I know.
Ever. Lamborghini for 150 grand. You're not going to be devastated if you smash it through a wall. 500 grand. You're driving like an OAP and you think, oh shit, I can't go near that club. You can't have life in it. Do you know what I mean?
I can't lie, I love Porsches. I love
it.
Porsches as well.
911 or something? That suit you, man. Big time. You need to go get a Porsche.
That's what I mean. It's not like.
Yeah, it's not stupid.
It's not stupid.
No.
Obviously, like, to be honest, I don't really like the look of Bugattis. I don't really like them.
Right.
I genuinely just get them because they're so expensive. Like,
oh really? So just to be the one. Look, that guy's got a Bugatti. I mean, it opened a lot of doors. It's like wearing a Rolex, for example. Like, I'm not massive into watches. A few people I know are, and that opens a lot of doors. Having a Rolex on in a room. Other guys specifically notice that, and they'd be like, "This guy is the business. I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to give him my time because he's wearing a Rolex."
100%.
Weird.
And is the rooms that it puts you in, right?
This
like,
is it.
Buying a Bugatti, you have to go to the party as well.
Yes.
Where you're involved with all the people that have bought Bugattis.
Yeah. So imagine you're part of like a supercar club and your car's worth over X amount of pounds. It opens a lot of doors. I mean, we've been to some places at like these motorsport festivals and all the rest of it where you're rubbing shoulders with people that are worth billions of pounds because of their love for cars and all the rest of it. So I suppose it is maybe time to get a car.
I can't wait to get that experience, to be fair.
This is it, man.
You'll have to let me in. You'll have to let me in on how that is. But
I appreciate that, man. It's been absolutely epic. Thank you very much for your time.
Honestly, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you,
we've touched on like 10% of it all.
This is it. Yeah, if anybody's got any more questions about maybe modelling or care homes, all the rest of it, you'll have to send us a DM.
Of course, guys, that'd be a pleasure. Next time, I'll have to get you on my podcast.
Oh yeah, you do one as well.
I'd make one just for you, man. That's what I feel like.
I love that.